Alright. Welcome everyone. And we're gonna get rolling with this. Oops. I did not want to click on that. Let's get this show on the road. Alright, so as you see here, war is already breaking out. Oh my goodness. And just like that, Nevada was already conquered by California. This is why this game is so interesting. Just the complete absurdness of it. And Texas and Louisiana are going at it. Can't really tell who's winning right now. It looks like a little bit of a stalemate. We'll see how that ends up. I have a feeling as Louisiana loses all their money, Texas is going to be the one winning. Yeah, Texas just destroyed Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana's gone. That's a pretty easy fight for Texas. Kind of figured that one was going to happen. And as we can all see here, the settings all look pretty good to me. Oh, let's turn on some revolts, just because that always adds a little bit of interestingness. We'll turn it off towards the end. And man, Colorado is already taken out. Tennessee was taken out, and Idaho was taken out. So definitely going crazy. To the one viewer I have, hello, welcome to the stream. Oh man, Minnesota was taken out. Delaware joined Maine's alliance. There's a lot of alliances right now, and it looks like they're all joining Maine. Oh, and North Dakota just took out South Dakota. Guess they weren't friends after all. West Virginia was taken out by Kentucky. That was down here somewhere. I missed that one. Oh my goodness. And yeah, New Mexico still got taken out by Oklahoma and Arizona at the same time. As we can see, we're going to actually slow this down a little bit. Just, give us some more time to look around and take in everything that's happening. Get this guy out of my chat. Mods, can we ban this guy? Yeah, let's get him out of here. Let's ban him. We ain't need him. We don't need him around here. Trying to sell me stuff. I ain't buying. Now, the one thing I do want to look at is these alliances real quick. The Iowa Commonwealth is a massive alliance. Man, I cannot get over that. I think alliances are what really intrigues me in this game because, I mean, you can leave an alliance anytime. Right now, let's say Montana's the biggest one. They could leave and just start attacking all three of their ex-friends. So that'll be interesting to see how that works. And right now, Arizona is the biggest state, or Oklahoma now, taking out Texas, becoming the biggest state. Oh my goodness. You have Mississippi down here working on Alabama, who just made peace. Let's speed this up here and see what good old Texas can do. Now, Oklahoma is fastly running out of money, so they're going to start to, lose all that land unless they make peace. Which Texas is not taking peace as an option. Oklahoma is friends with Arizona, and Arizona is not backing up as they are also fighting Texas. And I think that's it for Oklahoma. That is it for Oklahoma. Oklahoma is down and out. Now, Arizona is getting teamed on by pretty much everyone. Texas is alone right now, but these three are friends, and these three are in a pact with them. So, Wyoming is dead. Yeah, there goes Arizona. Oh my goodness. What if we do this? What does that do? I don't want to do that actually. Now, I do want to see, because all these are turned on correctly. Okay. Yeah, all the settings are good. Just had to check that real quick. Oh man, and Texas is being beat up on by the Iowa Commonwealth and 3 friends. California holding a government rank, which I don't know how that works out. I guess because they're friends with Oregon, who would take out Washington. That is interesting to me. Let's give Texas a little boost here. Let's give them some money to work with, because you know we like supporting the underdogs here, as they have a bunch of enemies around them. Wisconsin fighting back against North Dakota and Iowa are both friends, not working out well. They were pushing back, but immediately get pushed out. Seems here that Virginia is beating down Kentucky, who just had to move their capital, but Kentucky is getting funding from outsiders. Texas has just joined Carolina's union. That is a very big union. Let me check out the alliances tab. Second biggest union, with Iowa's Commonwealth. Just, oh my goodness. That is very interesting. I did not want to do that. Let's go back to area. Texas is currently the best, but they are surrounded by the best clan. And that clan does not like Texas very much. Over here, Kentucky is still fighting for their life. They have probably the most gold in this game right now. But they just are not fighting, because they have that 1 combat efficiency. Oh, no. Oh, back up to 4. As Virginia is taking on... Oh, there goes North Carolina. North Carolina has dropped out of this battle. As Alabama is in the Floridan Commonwealth, which is one of the bigger alliances. So I'm surprised that they're losing. And Kentucky is... Are they in there? Kentucky's in there as well. I am surprised they're losing to Virginia, who's just packed it with his top little corner. And yeah, they're gonna take out Alabama, it looks like, and Alabama has fallen. No more Sweet Home Alabama for Connor. It's an inside joke only my friends will get. And as we see here, Illinois with 10,000 gold, struggling against Indiana. Now this game is very much around gold, but it is also about the combat efficiency, which they have max of. So I'm surprised they're losing to someone like Indiana. Well, not anymore, but they were losing. And this, it's really just this middle part right here. No one else is really fighting over here. So I think we're going to speed this up. Let's put it at 2 times speed. North Dakota is part of Iowa's Commonwealth. Who would figure? Oh, and Florida is taking... Oh my god. Florida and South Carolina both taken over by Virginia at once, giving Virginia the 3rd place spot. Oh, and Texas is losing its ground. Rapidly, I may add. Oh no. Now they're surrounded by a bunch of people with very good fighting and very good support, but Texas comes back and actually stays about the same territory-wise. They really didn't lose much. That was a pretty good fight for them. They didn't gain much, but they didn't lose much, so hey, you'll take it, right? Especially whenever they didn't start it. Now, Texas's allies are currently all fighting, including Texas, Arkansas, and Illinois, who seem to be winning. Oh, and Texas is just fighting 1, 2, 3, 4 battles right now. Texas is. And Texas is winning. Texas is gaining land. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Texas just took out half of Kansas. Let's up their stats real quick. Let's give them some gold and some fighting. And they immediately stop. Now, if we were to give someone... Let's find the smallest piece that we have. Who's the smallest state? Connecticut. Let's give Connecticut the best fighting. And let's give them a lot of gold and see what they do with it. Because Connecticut is part of the Vermont Pact. And now surrounds New Hampshire. So let's see if they decide to all gang up on New Hampshire right here. Who's not really friends with anyone. New Hampshire's just kind of there. Oh my goodness. Texas is just still fighting back, gaining land. Doubling second place, I may add. And Texas and Mississippi are going to work together to fight Arkansas as they now peace. Illinois is having a massive fight with North Dakota and just destroying. They have 43,000 gold. Oh my goodness. And they go right after Virginia as soon as they finish. Let's put this up 3 times. See what we can get to happen here. And as I figured, New Hampshire does fall in battle. Maryland is fighting now. Let's give them some help. And that help didn't matter. Could not give them enough money. So our new low is still being Connecticut and Alabama, who's actually fighting right now. Let's fund Alabama. Let's give them some stuff. Let's see how they do. I'm just gonna keep clicking up this gold. Now Alabama immediately taking over and pushing back. But if we immediately downgrade them on some of that money, some of that power, and they just climb back up, it just goes. Now alliance-wise, we're looking at the Connecticut Union, which is all these states up here, as the biggest group, with the Wyoming Syndicate all over here being the second biggest, and finally the Mississippi Commonwealth being literally Texas and Kansas and Mississippi. But I mean, Mississippi's not really doing much. It's mainly Texas, let's be honest. Texas is literally holding that alliance together, as Texas is going to go back at it with California, immediately making peace after California gains some land. Smart move by Texas to make peace on that one. Oh, Connecticut became part of New York, as Alabama was conquered by Mississippi. And we just have some team joining here. It looks like some last minute switches. Couple teams leaving, as Mississippi is this massive piece now. Texas obviously funding them, because Texas is literally holding them together. And it looks like they will be fighting Wyoming and California, making a good push for it, as they have the funding. And they're just going to keep pushing and pushing on California mainly. Wyoming seems to be causing them some problems. Ooh, Illinois pushed on Mississippi, who is now being funded by Texas, as they're being pushed on by New York and Illinois, which Texas is obviously not a fan of. Up here, North Dakota probably going to be taken out soon. Kansas is back in it somehow. Texas is doing a very interesting fight right now, actually gaining some land. I'll be darned. Can't say that word. Twitch will get mad at me. Oh, and Mississippi making a move on Illinois. Oh, Illinois starts conquering Texas and they immediately make peace. Another smart move by Texas. Texas seems to be very good at making peace whenever times get tough. Now pushing back on Wyoming, who's being funded by... They just keep piecing at the right time. I'm going to slow this down a little bit, take a better look at this, because we are getting down to our final teams, which is actually where we are going to now turn off revolting. So these states are it. This is what we have left. We have Texas, Illinois, New York, I pause this, Wyoming, Mississippi, Oregon, California, Montana, Kansas, and Wisconsin. As we unpause here, New York and Illinois are teaming up on Mississippi, who is friends with Texas still in that pact, which also has Kansas now. Kansas has joined the pact after revolting in Illinois. Not much here, just kind of slowing down. Oh, I said not too soon. As Texas and Kansas lose a lot of territory there. I'm not sure that fight was very good for them. I think they need to raise that funding a little bit. As up here, Oregon now attacking 3 states at once, with the least amount of funding out of all of them, and they are pushing them all back. Oregon gains a big piece of territory there. Had a lot of momentum going into it. I'm not sure why they pieced exactly. I wouldn't necessarily piece until, you're losing territory. But Wyoming and Montana both being pushed back, helping out Oregon a lot, unofficially. Or unintentionally, I mean, because they are not allies or even friends. Looking over here in New York, they're not really doing anything. I mean, they're just friends with Illinois, but... And, Wisconsin. And the Order of New York. Figures. As we see here, another relationship, of course. Let's get to the fun part, everyone. Let's get to the fighting. Come on now. As Wyoming sets an attack on Texas, which loses them and Illinois' land, Kansas and Mississippi also taking advantage of Illinois, who looks like they're about to go down here. This is not good at all for New York or Wisconsin. In their border, the capital's taken over, they move. They have to move their capital again. And they fall. Oh, and Wyoming also fell to Montana, giving Texas some room to expand. As Montana now takes out Oregon. Montana is on a power-hungry streak right now. California should be very happy. They're now double-teaming, working on Texas here. As New York works on Mississippi and Kansas at the same time, gaining themselves some good land here. As they peace and now fund Texas. Not New York. Mississippi, who's pushing against California and Montana as Kansas and Mississippi fund them. This is not looking good for California or Montana fans, as the funding to Texas just keeps rolling in. They're just going to keep pushing back. And New York decides to make a move, as they are all alone that they are not allied with Mississippi or California, which would be smart because they would get funding, hopefully. Not exactly sure why they're avoiding a treaty, considering the middle three could be getting attacked by both outsides at the same time with funding. But I'm just here to watch and enjoy. Now New York makes a move in. As Texas withholds funding, but sends over some funding. And there we go. They joined a pact. So now New York, Montana, and California are all friends, and Kansas is going down. Kansas does not have the funding to fight back unless Texas does something here, which they're not going to. New York gains all that land, almost connecting with friends. As I don't know if Kansas can recover from this. They do have a government rank, but that will not save them here, as pretty much everyone has it. Everyone has a government rank at this point, which I'm not sure what it does, but it does give them a boost. I'm not exactly sure how. Now, New York, California, and Montana all are pushing back against Texas, which is not working out to their favor exactly, as Texas is pushing back against all three fronts. As we see. And it looks like Kansas will be losing their last pieces of land here. Unless Texas and Mississippi can maybe hold them off, but it's not looking good for Kansas. Yeah, Kansas is going to fall here. As we see now, New York making a move on. Let's speed this up to 5 times. As Texas is falling to New York being over half the U.S. right now, I believe. As Texas comes back against New York, but Texas ultimately falls. Oh! New York is falling as we speak. Oh my goodness. I've never seen them fall so fast. Texas was on the verge of losing. And New York is now out of the battle. It is Texas with a small piece of Mississippi and Montana. As I do not think Montana will be making a comeback here. I believe this is, it for Montana. And Mississippi united into Texas. So we have the United Texas. That's what we're going to call it. Just the United Texas. And that is all for this one. Now, I do want to quit this. Yes, we're going to lose all that, as I was just for fun. We are going to do a new game, a world map. We're going to have the world fight to see who the best nation is. We're going to create this scenario here. As we have all these nations coming in here. I'm just going to spawn in a couple around the world. On different pieces of land. And put one down there, put one down there. Now, obviously, this will not be super realistic. But I do want to use up all the territory. So we'll put some down there, I'll put some right there. Put a piece right there. Put another piece down there, because why not? And I think that should about do it. Obviously, this is not as many nations as it really would be. But is enough for what we want to do. And we're going to play. Oh, sorry, go save our scenario. Spacebar to begin. Now we're going to watch as these territories fill up real quick. Let's put that 5 times speed. As we will watch the world map be devoured. Now, realistically, I could have made these all, you know, have their names and stuff, but I said it'd be more fun, you know, this is just some random stuff, you know? Just show some people in the world. And it looks like immediately the US, what is the US and Canada are gonna go right at it. Falling down to whatever, what is that called? Finding tongue. They're gonna lose the finding tongue. Let's see here. We're going to put on this and this. And let's look at some alliances here. The Oak Grave Pact is the biggest alliance here. We got bam, 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 bam. That's one big alliance. As we watch the world destruction, I personally am not cheering for anyone because, obviously, these are all fake places. I'm just curious to see how the world could look. So I'm going to leave this all here. I'm not really even doing any callouts because obviously I don't know any of these places. Like, I know the general location, but I mean, we don't have the US. We have, what is this? We have Bargrave Syndicate. So I will not be cheering for anyone. I'm kind of just curious to see how this all plays out as we have multiple nations. Now, it is interesting how they did draw paths to the map. I guess that they couldn't do boating, so they had to do land. I don't mind that too much. And it looks like a lot of the fighting hasn't really changed up here. I mean, it's just these 3 colors have been going at it since the start. As we were in year 106. Who would have thought that? We're in year 106. As we watch all these nations go at it. And it looks like right here, yellow is just dominating. We have the Malhut. Oh, did I read the name wrong earlier? I think I did. Oh, we just have land. Their name is just land. That's pretty cool. But we have Malhut, and word I'm not gonna say, but you all can read that. And then we have Nen. We'll just call him Nen. We got Nen and Malhut fighting. And it looks like, I mean, it's just back and forth. It just depends who has more gold that day, I guess. As Malhut will definitely be working over here. And Newfam and Malhut, both working over there. As a lot of funding is going over here to Oakgrave, coming from Elkville and Heathen. But Malhut is just taking over, as they are in the Oakgrave Pact, which I believe is still our biggest alliance. Yes, the Oakgrave Pact, with double second place's alliance. as we look here, the donations are just coming in. I mean, you can't argue it. And definitely being used well, as they are pushing up towards the Mexico region, US and Canada. Definitely no complaints on that part. Well deserved funding. Now right here we have Heathman, who is still fighting. Seems like they've been fighting the whole game against Bargrave. It looks like a big land battle there. Right here. I'm not sure why no one is taking over this piece of land. I guess maybe it's mountainy, too mountainy to climb. Maybe it's like Mount Everest. With Bargrave and Nen fighting. Me personally, I think I'm cheering for either Hokegrave or probably one of the Nens. We have two Nens. We have Nen and Heathnen. I feel like one of those three have the biggest chance of winning. I did just realize I probably have Revolts turned on, which I do not want. Oh, I have them turned off. I'm good. As the world is just falling apart right now. And it looks... Nen and Bargrave. Now, Bargrave is another massive piece that refuses to give up. Let's get off that so we can see the whole map here. And still, over here, Oakgrave and Lowheight. Personally, I feel like Oakgrave has the better choice just because of the fact that they're in the order of Oakgrave, which is the biggest piece. But the order of Bargrave is the second biggest, although they are starting to fall. So I'm not sure how it's going to play out. I'm very excited to see how that will play out. Let's get back into the area, back in the normal view. Put this on the picture for you guys. And up here, I mean, I'm pretty sure Bargrave and Nen have just been #1 enemies the entire game. Same with Oakgrave and Lowheight. Not exactly the best of friends, I guess you could say. Brown, 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 brown. Now, hopefully, this game does end because it seems like it is never ending. Let's see here. Let's go over to the alliances here. We have Bam, Bam, Bam. So we only have 3 alliances left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 nations left. As what is that? Red Hill being the smallest with now Lowheight, Briskfam, Nen, Oakgrave, Bengrave, and Heathnen, who I thought was just gonna be a monster this whole game, which they have been. And they are still gaining territory. Fighting against Bargrave, who Bargrave was fighting against Nen the entire game. Interesting to see how that'll work out between the two Nens. I guess the Nens are teaming up, even though they're just neutral. Seems to be working out well, though, as they're taking down Bargrave. But Bargrave has a lot of land. They can expand, and as they are expanding right now, pushing against Nen and both Nens. They're pushing against both Nens. Which I feel like if they alliance, that would be a little bit smarter. Let's see here. Can I put my little 2-piece into here? I'm not sure if I can. What if I do? Ah. So if I put my 2 cents in and throw that there, boom. And now their alliances. Now I know I am kind of controlling the game, but hey, it's not supposed to just run on. I'm just kind of here to have fun with it. Eventually, as the episodes do go on, I will be doing like realistic ones where I just leave it alone, just sit back, relax, watch, and just read out the chat as it goes on. Obviously, I'll be doing like the U.S. again, or real nations, countries, states, whatever. As right now, it's kind of hard for me to keep track of the names, so I don't know who it is fighting. Lowhite refusing to give up here, as they are taking land away from Oakgrave of all people. Oakgrave obviously being the second biggest dominant force in here, literally being a part of nothing. Apparently their alliance split up, as did the Treaty of Bargrave and the Heathen Coalition. That's very interesting. So obviously we are dwindling here. Oh, not sure what happened to Ned over here, but Bargrave had some words. As we've gone all the way up, we started year 0. We are now at year 509. So after 500 years, they're still fighting. 513 years later. Ooh, as Lowhite was finally taken out by Oakgrave. That's a big win for Oakgrave, as they've been fighting for a long time. Now being able to go straight after Bargrave, who they are not so fond of. But Bargrave pushing them back, actually winning territory in that fight. Not a good look for Bargrave. As Briskfam went into I think it was down here. I think this piece just united into Bargrave. Another big upside for Bargrave. As Heathen, who I thought was gonna win, is now falling. It seems that they are pushing back on the land across the water, which if they get over here, that is gonna be very scary for Oakgrave. Which it doesn't seem like that'll happen, because it is more of a stalemate right now. But up here, Bargrave and Oakgrave are just, oh my goodness. And now Bargrave going after Heathen, as Heathen is trying to take over their bridge and their land. Kind of just going to a stalemate there. Oh, and Heathen just taking another big shot, as they just get pushed back and back and back. Let's give them some help out. Let's give them a couple grand in gold. Given my 2 cents, because I don't want Heathen to die yet. I want them to live on. As Bargrave actually running out of money too, let's supply them a little bit. A little bit more. As Heathen is going to start to struggle making money, because most of the land is controlled by an enemy who is now being taken over by Heathen. Obviously, did have some of my doing in with it. Let's give them the best attack. As a little sorry. Still just losing it. I think that this is their capital right here getting raided. It is. They make money super fast, but it's not enough to hold off 2 monsters. Let's give them some money to work with here. Little sorry for what I did to them earlier. There we go. As it's still not enough to push them away, as I give them 5,000 gold. I keep saying money, it's gold. Although they are pushing back over here. That could be worrisome. As the alliance over here of Oakgrave and Heathen break up. Interesting move considering they're both fighting Bargrave. As I lie, Bargrave is now friends with Oakgrave. Is the Oakgrave Commonwealth the only alliance left over? As Heathen now is in a rough spot. Now let's see here. What if I fight to the death And then go over here and fight to the death. What will happen now? Can they? Oh, they can still make peace. As the Order of Heathen comes back and reunites, it makes another push on Bargrave. Interesting to see how that plays out, as they did break up once. So never trust your ally too much. As Bargrave is just pushing back on Heathen, who's not being supported by Oakgrave. Oakgrave doesn't really care if they die right now, because, hey, that's land for them that they'll get. So I can understand that much. As Heathen takes a big push back, with obviously the help up top of Oakgrave. So to make this a little more interesting, let's kill off Heathen, as Heathen was obviously the favorite to win at the beginning. Now we just have two nations left, Oakgrave and Bargrave, the fight of the graves. Let's fight them to the death. Gonna try to get some action here as we fight and keep fighting. They fight to the death now. And this is not looking good. Let's hand them over some gold. How much gold does this place have? Let's give them some. Give them a little over 1,000. Give them 3,000. Let's get this up to 3,000. As a big takeover happens. Let's fight to the death. I don't want peace. We want war here. That's what we're here for. Nope, keep attacking. Now let's go. Get this over with. We came to see some action. Oh, let's get them both up to 10,000 so that they stop stopping. You know, we'll give them up to like 6,000. Yeah, 6,000. We'll get you up to 6,000. Obviously, this will make it more interesting for a while. Fight to the death and unpause. Both nations obviously starting out with a fair bit of gold here. We're just gonna watch this. Put this whole map in a frame here for you guys. There you go. Oakgrave trying to make a push back on Bargrave. And another push. They seem to be having the seem to be in a good spot right now. As we reach year 867 now. 867 years of war for these two beasts. Started on not the opposite side of the map, but started pretty far away from each other. And at least I think. I don't think this is Bargrave. I think Bargrave started over here. Actually, maybe they did start over here. So two neighbors. Although Oakgrave started down here, I think. So I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember the starting points. But I don't think they were direct neighbors. Both just had conveniently names. As the money shortage seems to be the biggest problem here for Bargrave. As Oakgrave just keeps taking over. I don't know why they're making peace, because that's giving Bargrave a chance to come back. Which Bargrave is taking full advantage of right now. That was a very stupid move on Oakgrave. having the advantage and the momentum to take over. And Oakgrave just keeps falling back and back and back. Let's make it a little bit spicier. Let's give them some money. Pause this. 4,000. And you also receive 4,000. Let's play. Oops. Let's see how this works out. At 6. At 5. I have them both up once. As it is just a constant fight here. Now I wonder what happens if we turn on revolts. Would anyone come back? I'm not gonna leave this on for long. Maybe like let 1 or 2 nations come back. As we do have one. Red Hill makes a return. And Nen coming back. Taking over a big piece of land, instantly losing it though. Let's give them some help. Let's push them up. As Heathen also making a return. Let's turn it off from there. Give them a chunk of land. Oh, it didn't work out. Hounded probably making the biggest return of them all. That was very unexpected. So put them up to 6. It just keeps applying them, I mean. As Bargrave goes down. It looks like Bargrave might be out of this battle here. As obviously I did favor Nen. But like I said, I mean, this is just for fun. I'm going to favor whoever I want to favor. Don't really... This isn't for real. If I was doing this for real, I would be playing this a little bit more legitly. Not supplying countries, turning on revolt and all that stuff. As it looks like Bargrave will be going down. I don't see a comeback for this. There goes their capital. And they have a new one. But I don't think it's enough. Yep, as they fall. Now we have Helnan and Oakgrave battling this out. I'm not gonna touch either one of them. I'm gonna sit back. I'm just gonna relax. We're gonna watch the same thing together. It looks like Oakgrave, the underdog, as Nen, Heathen or the other Nen, were both probably the projected winners. Both of them falling. Nen coming back, but losing here to Oakgrave. Losing a lot of land too. Not sure why Oakgrave is letting them peace. Oh, here we go. Not giving them a chance to come back. As they just take more and more land. It does look like the world of Oakgrave is taking over. As we wait here to see this final takeover. As there's nothing else Houndin can do. I just said the name. Hopefully I don't get in trouble with Twitch on that one. And it looks like one last fight would be all it would take to take him over. So close. They have one piece of land. Just take him over. Finish it. Come on. Come on. As they ultimately don't collapse, because why would they? They gain land. They gain land. Are you serious? You have the whole world. The whole world. Oh my goodness. This cannot be real. Oh my goodness. Please. There we go. So let's see here. The capital of Oakgrave. Coming off with 4,000. Now, just for fun, before I end off this episode, let's start revolts. Let's just see if anyone wants a revolt. Let's make it more prominent. People want to revolt now. Any takers? Let's turn their money super low. Let's make the people angry. And it seems like everyone's happy. Everyone is happy with Oakgrave. No one wants to revolt. I gave them all their chances. With Oakgrave being the winner. The clear winner. I can't get anyone to revolt. Let's allow new nations. Everything we can. No? Any taker? Going once? Going twice? Sold to the highest bidder? What if we give them a lot of money? Is that... Maybe having money makes them mad. You know what? Revolt. Heathen. Sure. Hownan. Bargrave. And Oakgrave surprisingly not doing very well. Let's fund them here. Let's fund them. Make the people happy. 6 stars. All the cash you could need. Six stars. No revolting. It looks like this will be domination for Oakgrave, which is, hey, how we didn't intend, but how it was meant to be. Keep them at 6, as we want them to ultimately win. That's the ultimate goal here, is for them to win. Not sure how loud that mouse is. Hopefully not too loud. Sorry everyone if it is loud. Put them at 6. Let's just have them total dominate again. I just don't feel like it. They just can't win. They can't win all their land back. Oh my goodness. Let's give her all their money. You guys don't have anything. Neither do you guys. Stop winning. Stop being good. Stop it. You, no money. Trying to let Oakgrave win here. There we go. There we go. Stop it. And there we go. We let Oakgrave have their sweet, sweet victory. So guys, I am going to end it off there. It was another good episode. And I'll definitely be back to do some more. Hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know what your thoughts are and any recommendations for this game, as this is only my second ever time playing it. Let me know in the comments. Peace out, guys.